Good evening, everybody. Happy Sunday. I am Shellie B, the adventures of a conservative Black sister surviving in a hot mess world. And today's hot mess is negative people that the devil sends into your life to destroy your purpose. That is today's hot mess. This to me is so important in elevating our frequency out here in this hot mess out here that's happening all around us because I just feel that a lot of people don't realize that the devil has a purpose in this world, and it's to test you and to block you from your divine purpose. So today we're going to get right into this because I want to try to, keep this video short and, get off of here and everybody can enjoy their Sunday. But I just thought this was very important. It's like I just been getting so many downloads and so many my spirit just telling me to come on here and just share information almost every day now because I feel like we're in such trying times, like, and everybody, a lot of people are struggling emotionally, financially, and there's hope and there's a reason and a purpose for all you're going through. So let's just get right into this. I saw this video today and I just thought it resonated so much with me. Let me see. This is awesome. Let me just get it together for a second. Y'all know how it is with me. I'm always trying to get it together. Okay, now I can present. Okay, guys. Sorry, y'all. Bear with me. Yeah. I just got to put this all on my screen so I can see it and talk and see everything that's going on. So, like I said, streaming, is kind of new to me and I'm getting it together, y'all, I swear. But this was a trip. How to protect your energy from negative people. Now, I want you to see this. Actually, I think I want to start with hold on. Let me just see something, you guys. Just hold on. I want to make sure I'm not going to have any technical difficulties. Okay, I just want to check my microphone. Actually, I want to start with this one. I'm going to start with a different one. This one, I feel like we should start here first so you can get an idea of, the whole point. Okay, check out what this title says. 7 people Satan will use to destroy your walk with God. So there's 7 kinds of people that the devil will put on your path. And a lot of times these people don't even know they're being used in this way, but people that don't protect their energy can be used in these ways. And like I said, the devil serves a purpose because the purpose is to stop you from your divine purpose.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to maintain your walk with God, you must understand that the enemy, Satan, is always looking for opportunities to derail your progress. He's strategic, cunning, and relentless. But more than that, he's not going to approach you with some obvious outwardly evil force. No, his attacks come through people. People who, knowingly or unknowingly, become instruments in his hands to distort your purpose, rob you of your peace, and lead you down paths of destruction. As in the moral universe, he's always looking for someone. There's nothing you can do to prevent or control his path. He looks for one people that scruple you. He looks for one thing only, and this is his thief. Today I want to talk to you about the 7 types of people Satan will use to destroy your walk with God. The first type of person Satan will use is the distractor. These are the people who come into your life with one purpose: to pull your attention away from what really matters.
And we all know people like that. You could be doing all the work you need to do, everything, you're on point, you're focused, and then here comes this person calling you on the phone to talk about absolutely nothing, or somebody to draw you away from what you're doing.
They don't necessarily have bad intentions, but they become a diversion. They want to pull you into meaningless conversations, aimless pursuits, and shallow distractions.
How about that? I can't stand that. Like, pull you into meaningless work and stuff like that. Like, oh, come work on this thing with me, knowing damn well they're not going to do nothing with it. Oh, come help me do this thing. Or, oh, I got a job for you doing this thing. Let's do this, let's do this, let's do that. And they want to do all this stuff with you, like they're really trying to get you somewhere, but really they're just distracting you and what do you call it, breadcrumbing, because they're really not going anywhere with what they're asking you to do.
You see, Satan doesn't always come to destroy you with a clear-cut temptation or sin. Now, in some cases, your pain or feeling sometimes he comes through the mundane. He'll send someone who gets you caught up in small talk, entertainment, or trivial concerns that drain your time and energy, which is exactly what he needs to do.
The bottom line, all of these different entities of spirits that come into your life to block you from your purpose, they're just there to waste your time. They're there to distract you from your divine purpose. And you have to be mindful of it. And we all encounter them every single day.
He knows that if he can keep you distracted, you will lose focus on the things that matter, like your relationship with God, your purpose, and your calling. The danger here is that you won't even recognize it happening.
You don't even recognize it happening until you done wasted your damn time. And then you realize, damn, I done wasted a whole month of this bullshit with these people or with this person for it to just cultivate nothing. So you got to be mindful of it before it happens. You have to recognize these spirits before they come.
It's that kind of God who calls you through the challenges of your days so that you can actually be solid in faith that who he is will stand the test of time. Then there are the discouragers. These are...
Woo, child, I know we all know these people like that. The people that, you have an idea and they want to talk you out of it, make you feel like it's too impossible, it's too hard, or your line of thinking is wrong. You shouldn't do it because this is going to happen and that's going to happen. I've experienced that a lot over the last few years. People on me because I didn't take the shots and my opinion about that. They on my, they try to discourage me about my political stances and stuff like that. But you just have to stand strong in your convictions and trust what your spirit is telling you to do that is righteous, and ignore these people because they are just there to cast doubt and get in the way of your divine gifts.
These are the people who will always be there to remind you of your failures, your shortcomings, and your mistakes. Their words chip away at your confidence, and before long...
See, me, anybody that's trying to chip away at my confidence, they must go, because I don't want people like that. I want people that are going to elevate me and I'm going to reciprocate. I don't want any people in my energy that are going to be negative against me. And you have to really evaluate your life and look at the people around you in your circle and see if you have people like this, because you really do need to distance yourself, because they really can block your blessings and, lower your frequency.
You start to question your worth, your calling, and whether you're even good enough to walk with God. When you're trying to step out in faith, they're the ones who point out every reason why you can't do it.
Child, I've been through this so much over the last few years of people telling me that, I'm not going to make it. What I'm doing is wrong, or I shouldn't say this, or I shouldn't do that. And I'm so glad I didn't listen to those people, and I just trusted my spirit. My spirit, some of you guys may say is consciousness. I believe it's the Holy Spirit, but everybody has their own, idea of what they call it or whatever, but everybody does have it. Whether you believe in God or not, you have a spirit that's guiding you. I don't care whether you believe it or not, it's there.
They humble you in a little while so that you can be the man you are meant to be. They talk about the odds against you, about how difficult things are, or about how much you've struggled in the past.
And see, I can't be bothered with people like this, because if you're not going to tell me what is right with the idea, I don't want to hear it. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear that. I only want the people that are going to, encourage you, or, if there's a problem, they help you find a solution and not just dwelling on a problem. Something that irks me to no end is people that complain all the time and they're not really trying to make a solution. That just burns me up for some reason. It just irritates me so bad.
What they fail to recognize is that the grace of God is greater than any obstacle or failure.
There you go. Well, God blesses, no man can curse. And I'm proof of that. because I sure had legions of people against me, and I still feel like I have legions of people against me. But what God has in store for me, nobody can curse it. And you have to remember that when these people are trying to break your confidence and tell you that that your spirit is telling you something to do, and all these people are trying to talk you out of it, just know that you are on a path to righteousness.
But they will make you feel as if your past is a prison that you can escape, when in fact God has already forgiven you. These people are toxic for your spiritual growth. Next, we have the compromisers. These people may even be well-meaning in some ways, but they'll try to pull you into areas of spiritual compromise. They want,
like, for example, the people that say, you're trying to quit smoking weed, and they be like, oh, you can smoke weed, it's natural, it's good for you. Now that your spirit done told you to stop doing it. Or if you have a drug addiction and you go around people, oh, this one time, you'll be fine. Or if you're trying to be on a diet and they know you're on a diet and they offering you everything to eat, these are the people that he is talking about. We all, every last one of these 7 people, we all have people in our lives like this, and we encounter them all day long. It's a challenge that you can never let your guard down on.
to dilute the standards of righteousness. They're the ones who will tell you it's not a big deal, God understands, or you don't have to be so strict about that. They will encourage you to lower your spiritual standards. This is a dangerous place to be. The Bible warns us in 1 Corinthians 15:33 that bad company corrupts good character.
Woo, and you ain't never lied. Have y'all ever noticed that when you have people that are negative around you, like bad things start happening to you too? Or like if you have broke people around you, you start being broke too. It's like if you have people on a high frequency with you, you'll be on a high frequency all the time. It's like as soon as you let that negative entity into your frequency, it's going to bring you down. It's like when you put a moldy apple in a basket with good ones, it's going to mold the other apples. That's just how it works. And like I be running for my life, Jesus, from people like that. I can't be with them for even a minute, because you have to really think of it like that, because you don't want to contaminate yourself with these people.
If you surround yourself with people who normalize compromise, you will slowly begin to shift your own views and actions.
That's right.
The enemy knows that if he can get you to compromise in the small things, eventually it will lead to bigger falls. Then we have the manipulators. These people may come in the form of friends, family, or even colleagues, but their goal is always the same: to control you. They use guilt, emotional appeals, or even promises of affection or approval to get you to do what they want. They may make you feel obligated to prioritize their needs over your own.
Oh gosh, how about that? Now I know we've all felt that way, especially from your family and partners and lovers and stuff. You feel obligated to help them sometimes. Like your family members, they're in some low frequency and they're messing themselves up on their damn own for their bad choices, but you're feeling obligated to help them all the time. And then now you're messing up your money. I remember I was helping a family member a lot, and then I was like, damn, I had to use a credit card check to pay my son's school tuition. I'm like, why am I spending my money to help her with her kids when I can't even help my kids? Then I had to just really leave them alone. It's like by you always helping this type of spirit, they're really draining your energy and draining everything from you, and they're taking it. It's like energy vampires. It's so deep. Like you guys have to pay attention, because a lot of the reason why you're not getting where you need to be is because these people that are around you. I'm telling you, I had to really learn that the people that I was listening to, or the people that was around me, they really didn't wish me well, or they just had negative spirits, negative entities on them that they don't have no control over. They don't even realize that they're like this.
Or even to compromise your values for the sake of peace, or to keep them happy. The problem is,
how many times have we all done that? Like, okay, just okay. If you just leave me alone, I'll do it. If you just shut the fuck up, I'll do. Okay, you know what I'm saying? We've all had that. Soon as now you'll be aware of it, and you're going to be mindful. It's like once you're made aware of something, you're going to notice it all the time now. You understand? So now when you see people doing this, you're going to be like, oh, and you're going to put the brakes on, and you're going to want to get these people away from you if you know that they're getting in the way of your divine gift. Everybody has a gift and a contribution that God wants you to make to the world. And if you're in that, you're gonna have a lot of blessings. As long as you're not in your divine purpose, you're always gonna feel torn, tormented, in a mess. Get rid of these people. I'm telling you. If you get your circle down to just you and you have to do what you have to do. You have to stay away from these people, is what I've learned.
Is they are playing on your emotions, and Satan knows that.
And listen, I feel collectively the government plays on black people's emotions all the time. They're never really giving you no damn policy. They're never really doing nothing for you. They're just always playing on your emotions. Oh, these people are against you. These people, are trying to hurt you. They're always keeping you in a constant state of feeling like you're being victimized all the time, and that they're going to help you in some way. There's nothing that they can do that you don't have the divine power to do without them. You understand what I'm saying? If you want to be a millionaire, the only thing that's getting in your way is hard work. Can't anybody stop you from that? Especially the government or any politician or any president or anybody that's an elected official. They don't give a damn about your ass.
That if he can manipulate you through these emotional ties, it will cloud your judgment and pull you away from the will of God. You'll find yourself saying yes when you should be saying no, or sacrifice.
Right. It's just like Malcolm X said, that the media will have you thinking that, the good guys are the bad guys and the bad guys are the good guys. That's exactly what is happening right now. And it's like people are so blinded because they're in their feelings and in their emotions, and they're not really seeing that these entities are just in your way of your divine destiny. Like if we were all, they do everything to divide us. If we were all on one frequency together, I say this all the time, if we were on one frequency together, we would elevate right over all of these demonic people trying to separate us, and we would elevate right over our issues and our problems that we have because of these people. But we stay divided because we let these people keep us in our feelings and thinking that we need them somehow to survive, when we were perfectly fine before colonization. Y'all keep forgetting that you're a colonized people right now. You're not getting it. None of these people care about us. The only thing we should be focused on is what person we could get the most out of for a period of time. That's it. Until we can elevate our frequency to get away from them and never need them no more. That's what I think. I don't want to rely on these people. I mean, I don't see where they do anything for us in the first place. I really don't.
Your peace for the sake of others who don't have your best interests at heart. Then we have the false prophets. These individuals will come into your life claiming to have insight, direction, or revelation from God.
Now, let me break this down. Y'all all got them people that come and attach to you. They see that you're on this positive frequency. They see that you have a very, very high level of spirituality, or you really walking in your faith, Christianity, whatever religion you are, it doesn't matter. But we all know these people. They're going to try to mirror you. They're going to try to see, they're going to try to be this fake ass person and mirror you in what you're doing. So you think that y'all both on the same path together. Meanwhile, they're just fake, and they're just trying to deter you from your path. You understand? It's so deep. Y'all know people like this.
They might even be highly charismatic or knowledgeable in the scriptures, but they do not.
Y'all see all these preachers out here, all these fake ass ministries teaching false doctrines and all kind of stuff, and what do you call it, those financial ministries and all that. They, honestly, I don't even think you need any ministry, really, honestly, because the spirit of God that's in you is going to guide you and give you discernment of what you should listen to, what you don't, what you should keep and throw away, what resonates, and what's fake. And if you start tuning into your spirit, you will not be taken by these people. We've all encountered these people, but just trust in your spirit, trust your discernment, and you'll find out very quickly, who these fake ass people are.
Have the truth. These false teachers twist the word of God, leading you down paths that sound good, but are not in line with God's purpose for your life. Their advice will sound appealing, but it won't align with God's truth.
Child, I'm so glad I didn't listen to none of the advice I got over the years from some of these people, because they would have had me messed up. Because the fact that I didn't listen to them put me in my divine purpose, and I was rewarded for, I was rewarded for speaking out. I feel like in the end, I'm going to help a lot of people because I spoke out, and like, and some of these people that try to tell me what to do, they're not doing so good. You understand what I'm saying? So you just got to pay attention and just use your discernment. Follow your instincts, your consciousness, whatever you call it, because we all have it. I don't care what you believe spiritually or whatever, we all have that, and just focus on that. Do not let any outside entities knock you off your throne and get in the way of your coins and your divinity.
They may even perform signs and wonders that deceive many. But just because someone can speak well or prophesy or demonstrate certain gifts, it doesn't...
Listen, that's what I was saying after Obama's first time. I said, wow, he really is a good speaker, but he is not who he says that he is. And everybody is mesmerized. The same thing with Donald Trump. A lot of people are mesmerized by him. I don't trust none of these people. None of these people. Me, though, I chose the person that had the policies, for the most part, that was aligned with me. It's just like you choose friends and people that align with you. Those policies align with me and what I wanted for my child, as far as forced vaccines and school choice and different. It was a lot of things, reasons why I thought that better aligned with me than what the Democrats was pushing. The Democrats were just pushing emotions, and I don't get in my feelings when it comes to my money, and I don't see where I'm making any with you.
Mean they're from God. Jesus warned us that false prophets would arise and they would deceive many. This is why it's so crucial to be grounded.
And y'all better take this and listen good. Listen good. Whenever a lot of people are doing something, you should do something different. You know what I'm saying? I've learned, this sounds terrible, but it's the truth. I have learned that my people don't always have the best discernment because we stay getting divided over some colonizer shit that we really shouldn't be. We should be able to collectively come together and say what makes sense for us collectively as a group, instead of just being in our feelings and just vote in one way because you're just told you have to vote Democrat because you're Black. But can somebody tell me why that is? Because can you show me what they do to elevate us? Because if anything, in my opinion, the community's worse off since we align with them. Because before we aligned with them, we had everything aside from Democrats with Jim Crow and the Ku Klux Klan they created against us. We were doing just fine before integration. So make it make sense.
In the Word of God for yourself. When you know the truth, you can recognize the lie, even when it's wrapped in something that seems appealing. The sixth type of person Satan uses is the persecutor. These people will attack you for your faith. They will mock you.
Ooh, child, nobody knows better than them about them attacks than me. It was so bad that I couldn't even work. People didn't want to sit next to me. They didn't want to talk to me. Now I feel like it's COVID 2.0. You know what I'm saying, with this presidency and everything, because if you didn't vote, and you don't have this political stance as one group, they hate you, they want you dead, it's insane, really, honestly, how they try to make it seem like Republicans are these violent people. But as a person that was on the other side of leftist treatment, I thought that they were terrible. They were terrible the way that they treated people that don't agree. Oh, you didn't take the vaccine, you're the devil, you can't work, and we're going to ruin your life. Same thing now. Oh, you don't agree with us? Okay, we're going to slander you and, scream at you and yell in your face and call you names. Like, that's what they do. And it's just so insane to me, that you have to be persecuted because of your spiritual beliefs or any type of belief. And it's the thing that's so strange to me. As a leftist, always talk about this inclusion thing, but as soon as you don't agree with them, you're not included anymore. So make it make sense. So that's why I say it is fake. It is fake.
Ridicule you, and perhaps even try to harm you for what you believe. These are the people who will try to make...
These very same leftists said that they should lock the people up in camps that don't have the vaccine. They said that those people should not be, been given medical care, and they should die and be murdered because they didn't take the vaccine. This is what they were saying. How unhinged is that?
Make you ashamed of your walk with God. They'll challenge your beliefs. make fun of your convictions, and accuse you of being narrow-minded or intolerant. They are relentless in their pursuit to break your spirit. But here's the truth. Persecution has always been a part of the Christian walk. The Apostle Paul faced it, Peter faced it, and even Jesus himself faced it.
And let me tell you something. Y'all ain't going to want to hear this neither. But the same people that are on the other side of righteousness doing the persecuting are always the same, historically speaking. And I'm not even talking about race. I'm just talking about demonic, satanic ways. That's what I'm talking about. It's always going to be Satanists against the righteous. You know what I'm saying? That's just always what it's been forever. And if you look at history, that's just always what it has been. Every messenger that came with a positive message of righteousness or of peace or whatever, they always kill them because they're evil. They are evil. Look at these people going around the world and colonizing. Look at Congo, how they got them fighting over there. It's the same people every time. Just look at history and it's the same people. And it's not, you can't even say that it's just white people against black people or whatever the case may be. It's demonic Satanists against the righteous. That is the war. And if you think it's anything else, you're mistaken. That's what it is. Because they want you to think that, oh, all white people are bad, all black people are stupid, all, they try to put everybody into these little groups and then make them fight amongst each other. And then you guys look at the government like they're holy. You guys need to watch that movie 1984. It just, the time period that we're in just reminds me of that book, of how the people are propagandized to hate what's his name, Goldstein. And it really reminds me of Donald Trump and how everybody hates this person, but they really don't know why, except for what the government and the propagandists are making them believe, that they don't really know anything about this person except that they're against the government or whatever. And if they even know that, this person may not even exist or whatever, this character Goldstein is so deep. When I saw it, I was like, damn, that really reminds me of what's happening right now, of how the people have all their anger in this person, but never the government. Y'all, to me, the real anger should be at them, because they're the ones that create all of these problems that we have and all this division that we have. I mean, Donald Trump is one dude. Like, how much power can he really have to do anything? I mean, our government is the ones that's the problem, and Democrats have been in office for decades. So they've created all these problems. He was in office for 4 years. Y'all act like he wasn't in office already. Like, I don't see what he did so bad in the 4 years that he was in office. I just don't. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the deep state and the government worked really hard for people to not like him and try to, discredit him or whatever. But I just feel like he's that Goldstein character in 1984. You have to really watch that movie. It's just like the movie Equilibrium, how all of the people, they took the shot. They took some shot to desensitize them. Everybody would take it. The little boy told on his father or the mother, whatever, that she wasn't taking it. Like, everybody, put the government ahead of their own families and stuff like that. This is the world that we are in right now. We literally, as Black people, are divided over which colonizer ruler we're going to take. It's the dumbest shit that I've ever experienced in my life. Like, I don't even understand this, how divided we are. Like, people over COVID, and this is Democrats that did these mandates and made everybody crazy and make everybody think that they needed these shots. People's families were divided, mothers, daughters, whatever, sons, kids, whatever, divided over a decision the government had made for us. Make it make sense. If that's not demonic, I don't know what to tell you.
The good news is God uses persecution to strengthen your faith and refine your character. It's not easy.
And that's true, because after everything I went through and them not making me work and people hating me and talking about me and doing the most, it really did strengthen me, and it made me fearless. And it's like, I feel like I'm Teflon at this point. There's nothing anybody can do to scare me. There's nothing that anybody can do. It toughened up my child too, because we went through a lot and we came out on the other side victorious, period.
But it's necessary. When people rise up against you because of your walk with God, it's actually a sign that you're walking in the right direction. We have
There you go. If everybody's against you, just know that God is with you and that you are doing the right thing. And another thing that trips me out about people, they'll say when they go through a hardship, oh, God don't love me. God ain't real. Why would God let children suffer and die? That ain't God doing that. That's those devils and demons that I told you. They're doing that. Where God shows up is those nurses and all them doctors that went over there for free and got murdered trying to help those people. Where God shows up is all the relief workers and all the people that donate their time and money to help rebuild and stuff like that for free. That's where God is. God is in the comfort that comes to these people. God is in the strength and resilience of these survivors. That's God. Don't ever get it twisted.
Enablers. These are the people who encourage you to keep sinning. They're the ones who make you feel comfortable in your weakness. They don't confront you when you fall short, but instead they feed your sinful desires, giving you permission to continue down the wrong path.
People say to me, John, I don't have time to create content.
Okay,
so if you want to create content, you just document what you're doing. That's it.
Instead of helping you overcome temptation, they make excuses for you. They enable your bad habits and support your rebellion. The problem with enablers is that they make you feel as if you're justified in your actions.
Yep. And I feel like this with a lot of what's going on with the division in this country right now. Like, you know, everybody's making an excuse why even though Democrats don't do nothing for us, the excuse is that Kamala was black and we should have voted for her. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense. It's like you're not really getting anything for your vote. And you're making an excuse for these people. You're enabling them to do nothing for you while you try to go around and convince the rest of the community and fight and argue and be divided for people that don't give a damn about us. I don't think either side gives a damn about us. But at the end of the day, you have to pick whose policies are going to work the best for us in the end. In the end, not in 9 or 10 days, but in the end.
Feed your pride, telling you that everything is okay, when in reality, it's leading to spiritual destruction. They make it harder for you to see your need for change because they're always there to cover for you. In your walk with God, you will face all kinds of challenges and obstacles. Some of them will come from within you, your own doubts, insecurities, and fears. But many of them will come from others.
And I feel like most of the time you might have self-doubt and stuff like that, but I feel like most of your issues come from outside entities trying to control your thought and trying to, break your spirit and make you do things the way they want you to do them and align with them in the way they want you to align. And when you go outside of that, people don't like it. They get mad and they want to harm you because they think for some reason your free thought is affecting them in some way, when it really isn't. You have the power to be anything that you want to be. Nobody can stop you, unless you allow them to stop you, and even if something is getting in your way of something that you want, it's for a reason. It's something that you're meant to learn, or maybe you're just not ready for that responsibility yet, or maybe that's just not God's plan for you and it's not your destiny. You want what you want, but that might not be what you're destined to be.
7 types of people: distractors, discouragers, compromisers, manipulators, false prophets, persecutors, and enablers are all instruments the enemy will use. It's important to recognize them, but more importantly, it's crucial to stay grounded in the truth of God's word.
So he's going to go on and on more about this, but the reality is that you need to watch out for these. And we're going to recap it: the distractors, the discouragers, the compromisers, the manipulators, the false prophets, the persecutors, and enablers. Watch out for their asses, period. So the next thing I wanted to show you guys, this was a really really good video that was about hold on, guys. how to protect your energy from negative people, because now that we know who they are, we need to know how to keep these people away from us and block their ass from playing in our energy.
In today's world, we often find ourselves surrounded by people whose role is only to drain our energy and leave us feeling exhausted. These individuals, commonly known as negative or toxic people, have a knack for bringing down our mood and weakening our motivation. However, there are ways to protect ourselves from their harmful influence. This video will explore the energy reverse method, a powerful technique that can help you shield your energy from negative people and maintain your emotional well-being. By understanding and applying these techniques, you will create a protective barrier around yourself, allowing you to thrive even in the presence of negativity. 1. Recognize the signs of these energy vampires. Energy vampires are individuals who constantly drain your emotional and mental resources. They come in many forms, but all share the common trait of leaving you feeling drained after interacting with them.
And we all been there. You know, the person that you talk to and you be around there for 5 minutes and they're in some negative energy space or some depressive state, and you're starting to be like, you either start getting mad right with them, or they get you into some negative space, or they drain your energy and make you feel down and depressed with them.
These people often have a negative outlook on life and tend to complain excessively about their problems.
Please, I cannot stand when people complain all the time. If you're going to complain, let me help you. Like, can we sit and try to find a solution to the problem? And then they're still complaining, like they don't really want a solution to the problem. They just want to complain. You know, that wears me out. I can't do that.
Without taking any action to solve them. One key characteristic of energy vampires is their tendency to seek attention and sympathy from others. They may constantly talk about their issues, expecting you to listen and provide support, but rarely reciprocate when you need help. This one-sided dynamic.
Now, I know you all know people like that. You understand? You know, they complain all the time and you offer them help, but damn it, when you need $5, you can't even get them to give you $1. You know, we all have those people we know.
Can leave you feeling emotionally exhausted and depleted. Another sign to watch out for is their habit of criticizing or belittling others. Energy vampires often try to boost their own self-esteem by putting others down. They may make snide comments about your appearance, achievements, or decisions, leaving you feeling insecure and doubting yourself. By recognizing these signs early on, you can take steps.
It could just be the most minute thing of like, they could just be like I had somebody tell me, like, when I was singing something and they were like, oh, well, you should go to the vocal coach. I'm like, okay, but I'm not really trying to sing it now. I'm just like, you know, just vibing over the song. Like, once I learn the song, I'll be able to sing it. Like, they just trying to cast doubt on you. You know what I'm saying? Anything you do, they got to drop that little hate in there. You know what I'm saying? Then you'll be like, damn, are they hating on me, or what? Did I misunderstand that or whatever? Or they're going to always criticize your character and stuff like that. And they always making it seem like you're doing something wrong and stuff like that.
Steps to protect your energy before it's drained. 2. Use the mirror technique. The mirror technique is a powerful way to reflect negative energy back to its source without absorbing it yourself. When someone tries to bring you down with harsh words or criticism, imagine holding up an invisible mirror between you and them. Their negative energy bounces off this mirror and returns to them, leaving you unaffected.
That's the thing too. You got to send people, when people are sending you negative energy, even if you don't know they're sending it, you just have to constantly have that affirmation of any negative energy, I return it to the sender. And just like when I have people that's in my energy, and you can feel when they're in your energy, because you think about them and you're like, why am I thinking about this person? Like, I'm not even worried about this person because they're in your energy. I think of them as being out in like space, and they're tethered to a cord like an astronaut, and I cut the cord and I watch they ass float out into the universe so I can't see them no more. And I just constantly do that when that person's in my energy. You know, I just constantly try to sever that cord and send them out into the universe to oblivion.
This technique effectively, maintain a calm and neutral demeanor. Don't engage with their negativity or try to argue back. Instead, respond with neutral statements like, I hear what you're saying, or That's an interesting perspective. By doing
My favorite thing is to say, oh, okay, I received that. Thank you for telling me.
this, you're not giving them the reaction they're seeking, which often leads them to back down. Remember, the goal of the mirror technique is not to hurt the other person, but to protect yourself. It's about redirecting their negative energy rather
And
than
you have to really learn not to give them your energy. It's like to really withhold your energy and just give them the least amount as possible.
absorbing it or fighting against it. With practice, you'll find that negative people have less and less impact on your emotional state. 3. Learn the art of redirection. Redirection is a powerful tool in the energy reverse method. Faced with a negative person, instead of getting pulled into their negativity, learn to steer the conversation in a more positive direction. This technique not only protects your
Now, I struggle with this part because once somebody's getting on my nerves and vexing my spirit, I don't have any more patience, and I don't know if I would be too good at this technique.
energy, but can also help shift the other person's perspective. When someone starts complaining or speaking negatively, acknowledge their feelings briefly. Then try to guide the conversation towards solutions or more positive topics. For example, if a co-worker is constantly griping about their job, you could say, "I understand you're frustrated. What's one thing you could do today to make your work more enjoyable?" Practice asking
And
questions.
most of the time they don't know, and they have never even thought about how to make it more enjoyable. They just want to complain, and they don't want no solution. They just want to complain because they're stuck in that energy. And that's giving them my energy to sit there and try to mold through them about how they're going. If you don't like your job, get another one.
Questions that encourage positive thinking. Instead of dwelling on problems, ask about goals, dreams, or happy memories. By consistently redirecting conversations, you create a more positive environment for yourself and others. 4. When someone belittles you, make them say it again. When someone tries to put you down or shame you, a powerful technique is to calmly ask them to repeat what they said. Simply saying, "I want you to repeat that," or "I want you to say that again," can be very effective. This approach often catches the negative person off guard. They were likely expecting you to react with hurt or anger, giving them a rush of satisfaction. By asking them to repeat their hurtful words, you deny them that immediate gratification. If they do have the courage to repeat their statement, follow up with questions about their intentions. Ask things like, "Did you intend to hurt me?"
But see, me now, like I said, once you start playing in my energy, the people say playing in my face. Once you start playing in my energy and getting on my nerves and vexing me and all that, I don't have no patience for that. Like, I'm just going to cut that right off and I'm going to walk away. I'm going to hang up the phone or whatever. I don't want to go through all of that because to me, that's giving away my energy. But in some situations, you may see that this method may work or whatever. And I have used it at times, especially at work and stuff like that. But all in all, because that's probably for people that you are forced to deal with. But like, if you ain't forced to deal with them, let them go and get them people out your energy right away.
Or, was the sole purpose of you saying that to embarrass me? These questions force them
Why
to...
do you gotta ask that question? You know what the answer is. That's why I say this is a waste of your energy, because a lot of the times you know why they're doing it, because they're being a freaking hater.
confront the impact of their words. It makes them taste their own medicine, often leaving them feeling uncomfortable and questioning their behavior.
What's going to make them question their behaviors when you don't talk to them no more? You leave them alone and you don't give them your energy. They're like, damn, I wonder why Shellie didn't say nothing. She didn't even say it. Like, I know that I was really trying to be an asshole to her and she didn't even say anything. She was like, have a great day. Have a nice day. And, it's hilarious. Like, I feel like it's kind of fun to do that to people because you're not giving them any of your energy and they don't know what to do with that.
This method is part of the energy reverse technique because it turns the tables on the negative person. Instead of draining your energy with their cruel words, they find themselves in an awkward position. They may feel weak or ashamed when faced with the reality of their actions. By staying calm and asking these questions, you maintain control of the situation and your energy, while the negative person loses their power to affect you. 5. Practice non-reaction. Non-reaction is a powerful way to conserve your energy when dealing with negative people. Often these individuals are looking for a reaction. They want to see you get upset, angry, or defensive. By not giving them this reaction, you're denying them the energy they're trying to take from you. When faced with negativity, take a deep breath and pause before responding. Remind yourself that you don't need to react to everything that's said to you. Sometimes silence can be the most
I had to
powerful
learn that
response.
though, of not reacting to everything that's said to me, because it's just a waste of your damn energy and it's just going to escalate the situation. And that's why I'm always like, okay, I received that. Or like people can be just going on and I'll just be like, okay, I got to go now. Okay, I heard, I got you. I'll I'll talk to you later. Because that is just too much. Like the older I get, the more I just don't have any patience.
If you do need to respond, do so calmly and without emotional charge. Non-reaction doesn't mean being a pushover. You can still assert your boundaries and stand up for yourself when necessary. The key is to do so from a place of calm strength rather than emotional reactivity. 6. Use the broken record technique. When dealing with persistent negative people, the broken record technique can be very effective. This involves repeating the same phrase or statement calmly and consistently, regardless of what the other person says. For example, if someone is pressuring you to do something you're not comfortable with, simply repeat, "I've made my decision, and I'm not changing my mind." The key to this technique is to stay calm and avoid getting drawn into arguments or
And
explanations.
you know what else you could say? No, 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 no. Get used to saying it. No, 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 no. I had to learn how to get better at saying no. No. You don't need to explain nothing. Shellie, such and such. No. Well, I think you should do no. Well, you did no. Get practice saying no. Look at yourself in the mirror and say no. Record yourself saying no, whatever. Get used to saying no. I've gotten much better at saying no, no, no.
By repeating your statement without emotion, you're sending a clear message that you won't be manipulated or worn down. This can be particularly useful when dealing with pushy or controlling individuals. The goal isn't to be rude, but
And
to
I'll be like, no, and cross my legs and sit there like this, no. And that's it. I said no. And that's it. Period. Just think of it like when you have your kids and when they trying to convince you of something, you could tell them no. Why are you afraid to tell people that you feel are above you? No. Your boundaries are your boundaries.
firmly maintain your position without expending unnecessary energy. With practice, you'll find that many negative people will give up their attempts to drain your energy when faced with this unwavering response. 7. Implement the gray rock method. The gray rock method is a strategy for dealing with manipulative or attention-seeking individuals. The idea is to make yourself as uninteresting and unresponsive as possible, like a gray rock. When interacting with a negative person, keep your responses brief, neutral, and devoid of emotion or interesting details. For example, if a dramatic co-worker is trying to draw you into office gossip, respond with short, boring answers like, "Oh, really?" or "I
Now, Black people know, what do we say? That's crazy.
see." Don't offer any opinions or show any excitement. This denies them the emotional reaction they're seeking and makes engaging with you unrewarding for them. By consistently using this method, you become a less appealing target for energy vampires. They'll likely move on to someone who provides the emotional response they crave, leaving your energy intact. 8. Practice the mental delete technique. The mental delete technique is a powerful way to protect your energy from negative comments or criticism. When someone says something hurtful or unnecessary, imagine there's a delete button in your mind. Visualize yourself pressing this button, erasing the negative comment from your mental space.
Now, to me, honestly, what works better than this is just having a high opinion of yourself and just knowing your boundaries and that you're not going to let anybody, bring your confidence down. Like I tell people all the time, when people try this on me, I'm like, listen, I have such a high opinion of myself. I love myself. There's nothing that you could say about me that's going to make me feel bad about myself. How you feel about me, that is your problem, because how you feel is not how I feel about myself. So anything they be saying, it should just bounce off me like water or a rubber ball or something. It doesn't affect me at all. At all.
Technique helps you avoid dwelling on hurtful words or letting them affect your self-esteem. It's not about ignoring valid feedback, but rather
But
about
this may work if you don't have the self-esteem or you're working on yourself, building your self-esteem. This may work, but you just have to know you're worthy and how you feel about yourself. You don't let anybody else change that.
protecting yourself from intentionally harmful or useless negativity. With practice, you'll find yourself automatically deleting negative input, preventing it from taking up space in your mind and draining your energy. This leaves you free to focus
Because
on
it
more.
really is an energy drain. After that person is long gone, and I see it with people in relationships too. After that person is long gone for years and decades, you're still dwelling on something that person said or did to you. Just know that you're worthy of somebody better than that, or you know what I'm saying, and that was just a lesson, and you learned a lesson and move on, and just put that shit in the past. Like I said, see that person as on a cord like an astronaut, cut the cord and let them float out into the universe, into oblivion, until you can't see them no more. That's what you do with that.
Positive and productive thoughts. 9. Employ the compliment redirect strategy. When faced with a negative person who's criticizing or complaining, try the compliment redirect strategy. This involves responding to their negativity with a genuine compliment about them.
Now, see, this method I ain't going to do too good because, again, once you're getting on my nerves and you're vexing my spirit and you're playing in my energy, it's not going to be that good. It's just not going to be good. It's not. I can't use my energy like that.
Example, if a co-worker is griping about a project, you might say, "I've always admired how much you care about your work." This unexpected positivity often stops negative people in their tracks. It's hard for them to continue being negative when faced with kindness. Plus, it shifts the energy of the conversation in a more positive direction without directly confronting or arguing with them.
I don't know. I might have to work on that method because I don't know.
This technique not only protects your energy, but can potentially improve your relationship with the negative person over time. It shows that you're not an easy target for negativity and may even inspire them to be more positive around you.
Well, that's a
10.
positive thing.
Use the energy investment mindset. Think of your energy as a valuable resource that you're choosing to invest. Before engaging with someone, ask yourself, is this a worthwhile investment of my energy? If the answer is no,
and most of the time, that's my point. Most of the time, it is not. If you think of your energy as money, then you will probably most of the time not invest your energy into people and their bullshit. That worked for me.
Find a way to limit or avoid the interaction. This mindset helps you become more intentional about where you're spending your energy. It's not about being selfish, but about being wise with your resources. Just as you wouldn't carelessly spend money, don't carelessly spend your energy. By consistently applying this mindset, you'll naturally start to avoid energy-draining situations and people, preserving your energy for more positive and productive endeavors. 11. Apply the emotional Aikido technique. Aikido is a martial art that focuses on redirecting an attacker's energy rather than meeting it head-on. You can apply this principle emotionally when dealing with negative people. Instead of resisting or fighting their negativity, redirect it. For instance, if someone is complaining about a problem, redirect their energy towards finding a solution. You might say, "That does sound challenging. What do you think could be done to improve the situation?" This steers the conversation in a more constructive direction without directly opposing their negativity. This technique allows you to maintain a positive stance while avoiding conflict. It can transform potentially draining interactions into more productive ones, preserving your...
Just try this more often. I find when you do this, most of the time, the person doesn't even want a solution to the problem, or they have not even ever thought of a solution to the problem. They just want to complain. And if you were to offer them a solution to the problem, they don't want that solution. Oh, it's too hard. It's not going to work with it. Just try that with some people and see how they are. Like if they're really negative people, you can't even offer them a solution. They just want to stay stuck.
Energy in the process. 12. The energy audit practice. Regularly conduct an energy audit of your life. At the end of each week, reflect on your interactions and activities.
Now this is good.
Which ones left you feeling energized? Which ones drained you?
But see, y'all, that's why journaling is really important, because a lot of times you forget things that happen, and like you should really journal about the people you meet, the interactions that you have and stuff, things that turn you off, even like record your dreams. Just try to keep a record of everything that's going on in your life. And like I like the audit thing of like going back and looking at what you've been through and people things how your reactions were. And sometimes when time has passed and you go back and read your journal, you might feel a little different, or you might say, "Whoa, I'm glad I made that decision. I dodged the bullet."
Keep a log of these observations. Use this information to make informed decisions about how you spend your time and who you interact with. If you notice that certain people or activities consistently drain your energy,
Bye-bye.
look for ways to limit your exposure to them. This practice helps you become more aware of your energy levels and what affects them. Over time, you'll naturally start to gravitate towards people and activities that boost your energy, while finding ways to manage or avoid those that drain it. If you have made it this far, comment down below with the word 100% to confirm that you have received the knowledge from this video.
This video in the description, so you can watch it again. The other videos or everything that I post in here, I put it in the description. One, to give credit for the person that actually made it, and also so you guys can watch it later. So without my commentary in the middle of it. Okay, this just one last little thing I wanted to show y'all, and then I'm going to go. And my videos are always long-winded. I try my best to keep them shorter, but they're always about an hour because of the information I want to add, that I want to show you guys. And to me, it's just important to document these things. Let me make this a little smaller so I can see. And then I'm going to present my screen. Hang on, guys. Okay. Now this is just a Google search, and I did put it in the description, but it just says how to protect my energy from negative people. And the bottom line is, now you guys know what all of this means. Set boundaries. And to me, it's not about people coming in your boundaries. It's you staying inside the boundaries that you set, and don't let nobody draw you outside of the boundaries that you set. If that's the way you're going to go, then you have to just say no. Don't let nobody, coach you out of your boundaries. If unless it's to uplift you. You understand? You have to have discernment. Try to keep your positive energy, acknowledge your emotional space. And this one was good because decluttering your home to protect your energy, because when you have a lot of junk around you, it does mess up your emotional space, and it does mess up your energy to have a lot of junk around you, a lot of people around you that's not serving you and stuff. You have to clean out your energy and clean up your home too, so that your home can vibrate at a higher frequency. Like, what is it called? Feng Shui or whatever. Like, your home can vibrate at a higher level, so you'll be more at peace in your home and stuff like that. One thing I started realizing too is practicing gratitude. And people always would ask me when I was going through some of my hardships with my revolt against the vaccine and my political stances I was getting attacked for. I just practiced gratitude. Every day I would get up and just be thankful for something. And I make my son do it too. I never focus on what is going wrong in my life. I focus on what is going right. And then I really keep my energy and attention on that. Meditating, I always like to have time in the morning to meditate and just clear my mind, spend time, with yourself, and just pondering things, thinking about things, and clearing your mind and taking quiet time for yourself. Activate your invisible protective barriers is another thing, like they said in the video. The mirror technique, the technique that I like to use of cutting the cord and letting them float out into the universe, and whatever works for you. Another one that I learned many years ago is in visualizing a shield around you, or a force field, or whatever you want to put type of barrier around yourself to block these energies. And then you got to clear the energy from others. That's what I'm saying about, letting people float out into the universe, because if you have all these resentments and all these different worries and leftover words of people that they said to you that's lowering your frequency and keeping you stuck, you got to clean that. And there's ways that you can clear your energy, so you guys can look at that. Stop giving away your energy. We saw that if you think of your energy as money, it's a better way to look at how you share your energy. Is this really worth me, buying this? Is it really worth me putting my energy into this person? And most of the time the answer is no, because how you know is if are they pouring into you, you pour into them. It's like a cycle, you know, like I give to you, you give to me, we fill each other's cup, like that. If you're giving your way your energy and you're not getting it replenished, that's a good way to know the hell to the no. Exercise is a great thing. I always feel better after I exercise when I ride my bike. Even if you just go outside in some fresh air and walk, that does help clear your mind and clear your energy. I said declutter your space. This is a thing too, like when you have negative energies around you, it's better to just go to a different room, or, you know, try to distance yourself from them or get away from these people. You know what I mean? You really have to. And the most important thing that I learned too, because a lot of times, especially as parents and people that, you know, have businesses and you have a lot of responsibilities in your life, is to take care of yourself. That's the main thing, because if you're taking care of yourself and putting yourself first. Hi, Jack Reacher. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. You know, if you take care of yourself and love yourself and pour into yourself, this is what I had to learn, because I helped so many people to my detriment all the time throughout my life. You understand? And once I started pouring into myself and putting myself first, all of those people are going to fall off, because they're going to see that you ain't pouring into them no more, and you're not giving to them the way that you used to, and they'll go away on their own. You understand? And you just start having more spiritual power like that. The more you pour into yourself, the more you're going to hear your spirit. The more that you're going to be in alignment with what God's telling you to do, because you don't have all this outside influence, you know, breaking up your spirit, and you know, like you know, pulling on your energy, and you know, you're depleted, and you know, you can't do God's will if you're so depleted, like in your work and with your kids and everything. You have to take time for yourself. That is the most important thing in all of this, as far as energy and raising your frequency, is, you know, putting yourself first. So I thank anybody that watched this video to the end. I hope it was helpful for you. I only make these videos because my spirit tells me to. Because I feel like, you know, I have had a life experience that just shows God, how God works, and how triumphant you can be, even when you have a lot of adversaries and people trying to block you, and how you can rise above the wicked when when you are in alignment with your purpose and with God's will. You know, he's not going to let your enemies, you know, be over you. And even if it appears, because I look at like all of the messengers that we had that they killed, like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and, you know, Patrice Lumumba comes to mind. What they did to him was just a disgrace, of how they, you know, they tortured him, chopped him up, and then, you know, put him in acid, and the only thing that was left to him was a gold tooth. You understand? But I just feel like, you know, the legacy that these people left behind, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like everybody here dies. Nobody gets out of here alive. Everybody's going to die, but it's the legacy that you left behind. Like, these people's legacy is going to go on for generations and generations of, you know, their bravery and their fearlessness. You know, I just feel like, this is my personal opinion, I just feel like Earth is a school, and we're all here to learn in the spirit, and, you know, to graduate, you know, in the spirit. We're all here together, so none is more wiser than the other, and none has less purpose than the other in this realm. You know, I feel like collectively human beings need to know how to get on one frequency of love together, and then you could override the wicked. And that is the main reason why I make these videos, so people can elevate their frequency, especially Black people. And that's why I always start my video with the conservative Black sister surviving in a hot mess world, because I feel like we've forgotten that we have conservative values. We've always had conservative values throughout history. We've never been this people. We are not. Like, we're letting, you know, we're taking on the form of the colonizer, and we're fighting amongst each other and doing the most. We were not like that before, despite what their history tellers tell us. That is not the truth. Go watch some of Dr. Henry Clark's lectures and stuff like that. Like, we really got to get it together, and we got to unite, because they're, you know, what's the word I'm thinking? Like divide and conquer is the oldest trick in the book. And like, we are so divided. You know, I think back into the time before integration, we were not divided. You know, it's like they worked on us and divided us and like made us feel like we were lacking in some way, and we lost everything after integration. Just look at all of the things we had before integration and look at us now. We have to get back in unity on one accord, or we're all going to suffer. We're all going to suffer, and our children are going to be left with, I don't know what they're going to be left with. You know, I'm happy to see what's going on in Africa, how they're decolonizing, but it's not happening fast enough. They're still very corrupt and divided over there. And it's just a disgrace what's happening in Congo. And but like, what do? Y'all sitting up here talking about how much you hate Elon Musk, but y'all driving an electric car that's helping cause the conflict over there. We all have iPhones or whatever the case may be. So I don't know the solution to all these problems, but I just know if we elevate our frequency, that is a very damn good start. So I'm out of here. You guys, thanks for watching with me. I love y'all. I appreciate you watching this. If you watch this, if one person watched this, I appreciate you being with me. And if you saw this video, that means that you have a divine purpose and that you're about to elevate your frequency and you're about to do something great for the world. So I love you and I appreciate y'all. And thanks for being here. I am Shellie B. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Share this video wherever you see it at. You know, help me reach more people. And I appreciate y'all. And you guys have a lovely week. And I'll see you soon. I love you.